building, I know that would bring him up to this floor.
Do you have to ask anyone to like set up or no?
Oh no, I just set up.
Okay, I'm just like curious because like I'm just
yeah. I mean, just wheel him up like to this section here, or
he's not in a wheelchair; he's in a walker. So like I need to understand, and you're like I don't work here. I'm just like, oh my god, he's like he can't even walk.
I would say there's a guy down at the front. If you take these stairs down, there's a guy down there, and ask him.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hey, we should be on the home side. We're home team. We should be the home team. Just, yeah. All right, your Hawks are taking the ice. Welcome to Friday Night Hockey. The NIHL playoffs coming to you live from between the blue lines. Frank, the announcer, bringing it to you. Got a nice bird's eye view here. Hopefully everything comes in crystal clear back at home. Catch me on YouTube or on Facebook. Hopefully we're going to have enough girls out here to keep it competitive.
Best in the business.
How you doing, sir? Good luck.
Good luck, Pops. You need any period interviews or anything? This is my first time to see them actually play together.
Yeah?
I've missed a lot of them. They're good, right? I mean, it's anybody's game.
Yep.
I've been watching Bogo a lot when she plays high school. She's a great player. Wow. Well, good luck, okay? Good luck.
All right, good luck to you guys. Cell service is not the best in the world. I'm tapped into the Wi-Fi here, and hopefully I can continue a broadcast out. Signal looks kind of strong. Just depends on how many people else join the Wi-Fi here. So I try my best. I am just a dad. I am a fan, and I enjoy the game. So I try to bring it to the best I possibly can. Technical glitches are out of my control. But as long as I'm online, I'll bring you the game. Big E at home, resting from an illness. Get strong, get healthy, get back soon. Same with Reese Mangano. We'll be without her services here tonight too. See if we can keep that streak alive. All right, we're about 1 minute out of warm-ups. Make sure you grab your favorite evening beverage of choice. I got my Labatt's lined up here. Always makes for an interesting game. Yeah, I see the.
Good one, Frank.
Thank you, sir. See the data transfers bouncing all over the place here, so hopefully I'm still keeping the signal out there. You can look me up under Frank or B2B Hockey. Getting the last minute pep talk from the team. All right, I'll give you the lineups as soon as they come out. All right, we got Tater, Dumpty, Bus, and Kendall. Along with Liv and Ali trying to push it up as the Hawks are going for a line change. Pushed into the Hawk zone. Brownie kicks it out. Grabbed up by Glenview. Up along the near side boards. Brownie steals away in the near side hash marks. Rookie goes back behind the net. Up the near side wall towards Jocelyn. Gets it down towards Brownie. Brownie and Sizzle battling for it. Brownie comes away with it. Gets pushed into the corner. Centering pass. Broken up by Glenview. Stopped at the blue line by Carmen. Picked up by Sizzle. Sizzle drops it in. Brownie's going for a line change. Pushed over to the far side corner. Brookie stops it. Glenview picks it up back behind their net. Up to the near side wall. Broken up there momentarily by Sizzle. Jocelyn sends it up to the blue line. Shoveled up forward. Carmen sends it in. I got an arm up. I got icing.
Let me know if you need a beer.
I got lined up. I was smart. Glenview putting a shot down. Luch catches that one in the glove. Got Maddie, Jess, and Philly out there. Pushed up to the top of the circle. Maddie pushing it out of the zone. Philly chasing after it. Stopped at the blue line by Glenview. Philly blows a tire. Glenview comes up across the blue line. Couldn't quite get a shot off. Jess carries it up. Out of the zone. Oh, come on. Replay that one. Greta sends it up the wall. It's taken away by Glenview. Back down behind. Kick save away there by Demi. All clear as it goes all the way down. Picked up by Glenview back behind the net. Philly putting some pressure. Philly grabs it in the corner. Shoves it back. Maddie's going to go pick it up. Carry it back up the wall. Loses it at the hash marks. Trying to push it up towards Alexa, who tapped it around. Good body check there by Glenview. Sends it back behind the net. Up the near side boards. Liv steps up. Caden trying to stop it. Ends up going back towards Alexa in our own zone. Alexa's got some space. Glenview was going on a line change. Pushed it down low. Takes a bounce off the back wall and up to the goal line. Picked up by Glenview. Up the near side wall. Swatted away, but picked up at center ice by Glenview. On the rush. Lost the handle of it. Goes down to the near side corner. Alexa battling with it. Down low, centering pass. Luch with a big save! Point blank there in the bottom of the slot, getting that shot off, and Luch was able to track it and get it out of the way. Tater Dumpty at the dot. Puck goes down up to through the slot. Bus is going to carry it up. Jocelyn handed it off to her. Pass off to Glenview. Goes down into the near side corner. Tater grabs it, blows a tire. Kind of pushed into the corner. Rookie shovels it back through center ice. Rookie loses her balance quite a bit. Something's up with her skates. Comes over the near side wall. Glenview stops and turns it around. Sizzle putting some pressure. Forces a pass off the wall. Tipped by Glenview. Jocelyn grabs it back in the far side corner, looking up. Delivers a pass up towards Jess. Goes off a Glenview stick. Jess taps it in. Seals the wall. Keeps the puck down at the top of the half circle. Down bottom of the circle now. Back along the far side boards. Brownie kicks it away for a split second. Jocelyn steps up, stops the rush. Puck goes down back behind Luch. Luch kicks it over to the far side circle. Grabbed up, top of the circle, shot goes down. Luch catches that one in the breadbasket. Teams will be coming on next after us. Got Brownie at the dot, along with Jess, Sizzle, Jocelyn, and Greta. No, Demi and Greta. Demi carries the puck up the near side wall, trying to shovel a pass up. Comes back into center ice. Pass off the far side wall. Greta's going to grab that, carry it down low. Goes back behind the net, bounces it up towards Demi. Demi kicks it up the wall. Stopped by Glenview. Grabbed up by Sizzle, trying to push it up the wall. Ends up going back for Greta behind the goal line. Greta grabs it. Tipped back over towards Demi. Demi stops and puts it over towards Jess on the far side hash. She tips it up in the air. Greta comes in, grabs it, sends it up towards the blue line. Blocked shot by Demi. Demi's going to take this one, call no joy, send it all the way down. Got an icing being called. Liv, and she sends it up the wall. Referee steps up, stops that one. Alexa back with it, shovels it up towards Liv. Liv tips it up the near side wall. Glenview keeps it down in the corner. Taken away. Liv grabs it, sends it high up off the glass, up towards the blue line, kept in by Glenview. Kicked back towards center, tipped on to center ice by Kendall. Kendall runs into a couple players. Philly trying to chase it and pick it up just for that quick rush. Gia steps up, stops the rush. Big collision there with Philly. Glenview drops it in. Goes back over to Alexa on the far side corner. She stops, turns it back around towards Liv. Liv looks up, has a player on her, pushes it up towards Caden. Glenview can't keep it in the zone, but they go into center ice and shovel it right back in. Taking a bounce back behind the net. Picked up by Alexa. Stops, changes the direction, gets it over towards Brookie. Brookie stops, pulls it back towards the goal line, delivers a pass over towards Gia. Gia sends it off near side wall. Caden was heading towards center ice. Back in through the middle, up to the far side, backside, tipped away by Liv. Back down behind the goal line. Liv steps up, sends it up to the hash marks. Grabbed up by Glenview, back behind the net. Liv swats it back around towards Caden's way. Caden's going to take it, send it up and out into center ice. Glenview drops it in, delayed offsides. Liv sends it back over to Alexa. Alexa looks up, trying to hit Rookie, but gets it over to Jess. Jess taps it in down low. Glenview picks it up, carries it back behind the goal line. Bus steals it along the near side wall. Back up to towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn sends a shot. Defender catches that one in the hand. Jess keeps it in the corner. Tater trying to help out. Kicks it to herself. Back behind the net. Up along the near side wall, stopped by Bus. Back behind the net. Oh, loose puck. Tater and Bus battling for it. Comes back up towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn dances around one, puts it back down towards Bus. Tater's going to pick it up from the goal line. Stop, changes direction, looks around, shovels it up towards Jocelyn at the blue line. Tater puts it back down behind the net. Bus battling for it. Rookie pushes it over to the near side wall. Tater carries it back down low again. Swarmed up by Glenview. Bus coming in to help out. Tater comes up with the puck. Jocelyn pokes it back down to the corner. Glenview with the puck. Good pressure there. Comes up top of the circle for Glenview. Glenview's coming back. Good stop there by Carmen. Carmen met with quite a bit of the Glenview players as they were just coming back on from a line change. Jocelyn drops it for Carmen back behind Luch. Luch sends it over to Brookie. Brookie's pass goes off a boot and back over the top of the slot. Kicked away there by Jocelyn. Jocelyn's going to carry it back around behind the Luch. Sends it off the wall up towards the point. Kicked back into center ice. Picked up by Sizzle. Sizzle on the rush. Stick gets lifted. Drawing the penalty. Goes hard into the boards. Power play for your Hawks coming up at 5:54. Got Brownie at the dot, Philly near side, Maddie on the far side. Puck goes over towards Maddie. Maddie grabs it, sends it over to Alexa at the top of the slot. Swing and a miss. Gets it down to Philly along the near side boards. Kick back into the Hawks zone. Luch is going to step up, give it over towards Liv. Liv goes back behind Luch. Looks up, hits Maddie. Maddie gets a pass over to Philly. Philly's going to carry it across the blue line. Quite a few players right on top of her. Puts it at the top of the slot. Maddie with the puck trying to get it down low towards Philly. Philly gets it over towards Brownie but kicked away. Up towards Liv at the blue line. Liv back towards Alexa. Alexa carries it down low. Puts it down just out of Philly's reach. Just past Liv's reach, but Luch stops it before the goal line. Gets it over towards Liv. Liv carries it around. Stops and looks. Got some space. Trying to get a pass through. Tipped away there by Tater. Grabbed up by Jess. Jess sends it in down low. Defensive line change. Luch gets it over towards Demi. Demi goes off the wall towards Tater. Tipped by Glenview at center ice. Picked up at the near side circle. Grabbed up by Glenview. Glenview skates up, sends it all the way down and around. Luch is going to stop by the trapezoid. Gets it over towards Greta. Greta looks up, delivers a pass through the middle. Grabbed up by Glenview inside their own zone. Caden grabs it, tips it off the wall. Glenview pushes it towards center ice. Grabbed up by Brookie. Sends it back just outside of Demi's reach. Luch kicks it over towards Demi. Demi bounces it off the wall into center ice. Tater trying to get to it, but held up. Glenview sends it back down. Penalty's now over. Back to full strength, 5-on-5. Luch goes up the far side wall, grabbed up by Glenview, and that is offsides. Gia at the dot. Rookie on the far side. Puck goes into no man's land at the blue line. Off the wall, back up to Glenview. Glenview puts a shot down. Kick saved by Luch over towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn's pass gets deflected by Glenview. Bus puts it up towards Gia. Gia got tied up. Bus pushing it forward. Lost the handle of it. Glenview sends it back into center ice for Jocelyn. Jocelyn gets it over towards Carmen. Carmen up towards Brookie. Brookie dusts it off around one, pushes it down low towards the goal line, chasing after it. Ends up coming over to the near side hash marks. Bus stops it, keeps it back down low. Gia chasing after it. Goes into the far side corner. Back behind the net. Up the near side wall, grabbed up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn puts a shot just over the top of the net. Brookie's going to grab it. Lost the handle of it, taken away by Glenview. Back behind the net it goes. Up the near side wall, Jocelyn stops it. Trying to keep it back down in the corner. Goes back behind the net. Jess picking it up. Just out of Carmen's reach. It's going to come back all the way down. Jocelyn's going to grab it at the top of the circle on the half board. Send it around towards Maddie, just out of her reach. Jess sends it up towards the blue line. Tipping it away. Glenview is able to grab a strength of it. Hand pass being called on Glenview. Maddie comes to the dot with Philly, Jess, Liv, and Alexa. Glenview is able to push it across, top of the slot, drops it back, top of the circle, kicked away there by Alexa, bats it down, sent out of the zone all the way down. That's going to be an icing call.
Greg?
Having a blast, my man. Having a blast. Brownie at the dot with Kendall and Sizzle. Gets it over towards Alexa. Alexa goes up the far side wall, kept in at the point. Puck goes high up in the air, picked up by Glenview, dropped down low. Brownie trying to go through traffic, tipped away by Glenview. Back up the boards. Out into center ice. Delayed offsides being called. Alexa looks up, sends it off the boards, taken away and kicked. Brownie sends it down deep, picked up at the top of the circle by Glenview, kicked out of the zone. Puck goes high up into the air. Glenview sends it up near side, bouncing over Liv's stick, over to the near side wall. Sends it up the boards towards Sizzle. Sizzle gets chipped. Alexa gets the center ice, drops it in down low.
You're not live, are you?
Yeah.
I know.
Mr. Wonderlick making an appearance. Shot on net there by Tater.
How you doing, bro?
Doing good, brother. How are you?
Pretty good. You go get a Dude, this is baller.
This is awesome.
You kidding me? Wow.
I mean, not to mention that is pretty amazing in there.
What did that guy call you the one year at the Leafs? Was he like a douchebag?
Yeah, something like that. Back up to the top of the slot for Greta. Lost the handle of it. Glenview picks it up. Comes up the far side wall. Kicked away there by Demi. Goes into the corner. Back around Luch into the trapezoid. Picked up by Demi. Sends it up the wall. Bottom of the circle. Through the slot. Ends up going over to the far side corner. Tater battling for it. Kicked away. Underneath in the trapezoid. Centering pass. Luch with a kick save. .8 to go. Hawks being outshot here in the first period, 5-2. Comes over to the near side hash marks, top of the circle, top of the slot, going through traffic. Hawks are all over it. Back up to the point, drops it down low, kicked away by Carmen. Carmen grabs it. We're under 10 seconds. Trying to push it over towards Bus, but tipped away by Glenview. Glenview's going to carry it back behind the net and eat it. Goes in the corner, and that is the end of your first period.
She's here.
Did I say what's up, fucker, on your broadcast?
Yeah, but I'm on mute.
How are you?
Not bad, man. How you doing?
Unreal.
I haven't been down
Uh-oh.
here this year.
Uh-oh.
Trouble. I haven't been down here since they opened this up.
I haven't been down here at all. I mean, I knew they were constructing it. The funny thing was, I only thought they were building this. I didn't know they were building two. I knew they were building
There's
this.
5 sheets here now.
4.
No,
Where's the 5th?
there's 3 sheets.
Because that's ring 3 and this is 4. There's only 4.
Oh, I
They
thought there
built
was
2. No. There were 2 originally, and then they built 2 more. And they built this to, like, up the steel plate here and all the rest of that.
Yeah.
So it's absurd.
This is amazing.
Oh, wow. How you guys doing?
0-0. Getting outshot big time.
Is this second period or first?
We're going into second.
Or I mean third, sorry. How have you guys done against these guys?
We're 2-1 against them.
No. We got them tonight.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
We got them tonight, tomorrow night, and then in state again. Fucking 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Same thing. We're tonight, tomorrow night, Friday night, and then we play Warhawks on Saturday, midday, and then whoever wins the other play-in.
Get back to your job.
Yep. At the bottom of the circle, comes up near side boards. Ronnie steals it, puts it in through the slot, tipped away there by Sizzle, trying to get a shot off. Stopped by Glenview, comes up the near side boards. Glenview putting the pressure, comes across the zone, centering it up. Shot! Roots with the big save! Maddie calling out where she wants everybody. Philly trying to put some pressure. Glenview goes down and around. Liv grabs it. She sends it off the glass. Bouncing puck over the Glenview stick. Philly trying to put some pressure. Lost the handle of it in the snow pile. Kicks over to the center ice. Tipped away by Jess. Goes over to the far side wall. Maddie putting some pressure. Kicks it down behind the goal line. Goes up the far side wall. Liv steps up, seals it. Philly puts it on net, tipped away, goes over to the near side corner, grabbed up by Jess. Maddie kicks it out. Drops it back down for Jess. Jess in the corner with it. Near side circle, ends up getting all the way over to the far side. Liv's going to keep it in, sends it back down behind the goal line. Forwards go for a change. Set for Philly, who puts some pressure. Puck goes up and out. I got an arm up. Got the distance. I got icing. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Oh, living the dream, playing Glenview on a Friday night.
And Saturday night.
And Saturday. Tater Dunty coming to the dot. Stalemate. Boss trying to kick it away. Grabbed up by Tater. Puts it over to the far side wall. Kicks it to herself. Grabs it at the top of the circle. Puts a shot. Goes off the backside of Kendall. Back up to Carmen at the top of the circle. She puts it down low. Tipped in front. Loose puck. Grabbed up by Glenview. Glenview on the rush. Coming up the near side wall. Drop it in on Luke. She paddles it over to the near side corner. Carmen puts her girl into the boards. Bottom of the goal line. Puck went off the near side post. Puck goes high up into the air. A couple of bodies go flying. Tater Dumpty kicks it to herself and up the wall. Grabbed up by Bus. Bus couldn't get it out of the zone as it goes back behind the net. Picked up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn looks up, sends it off the wall. That's going to go all the way down. Got an icing being called. Stopping the clock here at 12:04. Oh. Gia Caden puts it up to the far side wall. Tipped away by Glenview. Swatted away by Greta. Caden trying to push it through. Grabbed up by Gia. She blows a tire. Girl falls over the top of her. Pushed up to the top of the circle. Kick save there by Demi. Demi kicks it over to the near side circle. Off the wall by Brookie. Gia's going to pick it up. Gia's going in. Drops it for Brookie. Brookie tries to put it through the middle. Tips by Gia. Saved by the Glenview. Got to get some more shots on net here. Still outshot here by Glenview, 4-6. Brownie at the dot wins it over towards Jess. Jess grabs it, gets it over to Alexa. Alexa puts it off a stick, grabs it back again, carries it down low, puts it through the middle. Tipped by Brownie, goes off the goalie's twig. Over to Jess on the near side boards. Alexa keeps it in. Battling along the wall. Brownie grabs it just outside the blue line. Puts a shot down on net. Goalie's able to barely get a glove on that one. Evening up the shots. Liv puts it on net. You look kerfuzzled.
Jenna's boyfriend's over there. It's one of
Maddie at the dot. Wins it over to the far side. Glenview grabs it. Sends it all the way around. Kendall blows a tire. Falls down. Ends up going over to the far side wall. Liv's going to step up. Stop them. Stop the rush. Keeps the girl in the corner. Top of the circle, tipped away. Picked back up by Glenview. Glenview on the rush. Gets it over to the near side, sends it in down deep. Luch paddles it over towards Alexa. Bottom of the circle. Cross the bow and all the way over to the far side wall. Philly picks it up. Gets held up, but no call. Dropped in deep. Off the corner. Luch protecting that near side post. Blocks it. Alexa sends it off the wall and up. Luch paddles that one back. Liv's going to grab it, send it off the wall. Glenview keeps it in. Back down. Top of the circle. Shot on Luch. She paddles it over to the far side. Back behind the net comes. Up the near side wall. Grabbed up by Alexa. Alexa trying to get it out of the zone and stolen up by Glenview. In the corner. Maddie picks the puck up. He's going to rush up the near side wall with it. Gets up to center ice. Sends it in down deep. Hawks going for a line change. Bus is the only one out there. Keeps it in the corner. Battling for it. Brookie picks it back up. Puts a shot. Gets deflected and comes over to the near side wall. Carmen steps up. Keeps it down. Brookie was there to help out. Glenview paddles it back behind the net. Picked up by Bus. Bus trying to go off near side post. Underneath Tater's feet. Over to Brookie at the goal line. She puts it across the slot. Bus takes a point-blank shot and it's caught by the goalie. Something about the Glenview coach just
He's a little squirrely.
Gia at the dot. Puck's loose. Kicked away by Caden. Glenview grabs it, comes up the far side wall, gets up to center ice, drops it in down low. Paddled away by Luch, comes over to Carmen, sends it up the near side wall. Philly trying to grab it. Glenview kicks it back behind the goal line. Carmen pushes it up to the far side corner, stopped by Glenview. Jocelyn kicks it back up to the top of the circle. Carmen grabs the puck, sends it up Philly's direction. Taken away by Glenview, sends it right back down towards Carmen. Carmen goes off the glass, still kept in by Glenview. Down into the corner, bottom of the goal line. Glenview players collide with each other. Gia fell down. Gia's back up to her feet, trying to get a pass off. Goes off of Jocelyn's feet. Jocelyn sends it all the way down. Got an icing. 8:20 to go here. Not many clean shots on net. Uh-oh, somebody's coming to the bench or locker room. Close that door. Puck over to the far side, all the way around by Greta. Glenview sends it back behind the net. Lost the handle of it. Sizzle grabs it, gets it up towards Brownie. Brownie's going to carry it up the far side wall, takes it over towards Jess. Jess trying to go between some legs. Comes back into center ice for Demi. Demi waits for everybody. Tipped away, but Sizzle drops it into the zone, goes back behind the goal line. Up the near side wall. Brownie trying to put some pressure. Glenview goes back around the far side. Rushing it through. Tipped away there by Greta. Puck goes out of the zone by Glenview. Grabbed up back in center ice. Over to the far side. Puts it over the top of the slot. Kicked away there by Demi. Shot goes on. Luch is able to kick that one away. Jess sends it off the boards and all the way down.
It's on net.
It's on net, so it's got to be played. Goalie has to reach down, cover it up, stop clock at 7:12. Maddie makes her way to the dot with Rookie. Got tied up, loose puck. Rookie trying to poke it away. Glenview sends it up the near side wall. Bounced around Alexa. Liv's going to come back, kick it up towards the blue line. Delayed offsides being called. Bus puts it over to the near side wall. Glenview pushing it back towards their blue line. Kicked away there by Brookie. Blocked there by Demi. Maddie. Glenview's able to drop it in. Going to go back behind Luch. Shoveled over towards Alexa. Paddled away. Picked up by Glenview. Puts a shot down. Kicked away. Over to the near side corner. Up the near side hash marks. Rookie. Unable to get it out of the zone, and it ends up going back over to Liv in the far side. Sends it up the wall. Stopped by Glenview. Liv picks it up, puts it up towards the point. Back down low it goes. Alexi's going to grab it. Sends it off the glass and down. Going to be an icing. It is. Stopping the clock at 5:59 here. Period 2. Hey, I can't control everything. It was like that for the first game, too. Over to the near side boards. Carmen sends it back around. Picked off at the goal line. Jocelyn kicks it away. Swatted back down. Glenview trying to center it up. Tater blocks the pass. Underneath the net. Picked up by Jocelyn. Trying to get it up through the slot, but Philly pushes it up towards the blue line. Out of the zone. Sent back in deep. Jocelyn grabs it. Sends a pass over towards Tater. Tater gets it out of the zone. Grabbed up by Glenview. Carmen gets a pass over to Philly. Philly turns around. Hits quite a bit of traffic. Puck comes back into center ice. Carmen pushing it over towards Jocelyn, but ends up going over to the far side wall. Jocelyn's going to regroup. Gets it over to Carmen on the near side. Carmen sends it up the wall. Stolen up by Glenview. Glenview carries it back down low, trying to get a pass in through the slot. Shot goes high and wide. Top of the circle. Floating it around. Drops it at the far side. Tipped away by Caden. Back into center ice. Grabbed up by Glenview. Glenview waits till everybody's on side. Carries it back down low. Tipped away. Top of the circle. Net is off its mounts. Gia at the dot. Trying to do a last minute substitution. Glenview, top of the circle. Caden was able to get her stick on it. Sizzle grabs it, trying to center it up towards Gia. Demi picks it up, goes off the walls, gets it up towards Caden. Caden carries it through, gets it over towards Sizzle. Into the corner. Gia trying to pass it off, but Glenview steals it up. Tipped away there by Greta. Picked back up by Glenview. Shot goes well wide of the net. Rookie comes on. Puts it back into center ice. Grabbed up by Glenview. Delayed offsides. Everybody had to clear out. Up the near side boards. Stopped by Glenview. Picked away there by Greta. Demi gets called for a tripping penalty at 3:54. Coach Todd not happy with the calls out on the ice right now. Kendo back on the ice. Had an equipment adjustment in the locker room. Rookie coming to the dot. Puck goes down. Glenview controls it, gets it up to their point, sends it back down to the corner. Blocked away there by Alexa. Comes through the slot, picked up by Alexa. Alexa's going to carry it up the near side wall. Send it out of the zone. Glenview retreats a little bit. Picked away there by Jess. Puts it in the far side corner. Still chasing after it. Picking the puck away. Glenview sends it off the wall. In through center ice. Goes down low behind the net. Looking for somebody. Top of the slot. Couldn't get a clean shot. Alexa gets it. Lost the handle of it. Goes back behind the net. Glenview with it. Over to the far side corner. Back over the near side. Up the hash marks. Rookie swatting away at it. Takes a forearm shiver to the back of the head. Pressed up like Ham. Goes back behind the goal line. Tipped away there by Liv. Liv battling for it. Blows the tire. Glenview with it. Near side dot. Shot goes just behind the net and up the far side wall. Out in the center ice. Pushed back up to the blue line. That's ice, or that's offsides. Not being called because it's delayed. Liv has it. Sends it up. Tipped away there by Glenview. Alexa sends it back up the wall. Maddie gets down there. Puts some pressure. Puck comes up through the center ice. Over to the far side. Jocelyn's going to pick it up. Up to the far side. Top of the slot. Shot goes down. Blocker save there by Carmen. Carmen goes up the wall. Demi comes out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Back behind the goal line. Grabbed up by Carmen. Carmen trying to get a pass up towards Maddie. Maddie grabs it. Trying to get a pass off. Picked away there by Glenview. Glenview, top of the circle. Picked away by Kendall. Kendall sends it off the boards back into center ice. Back through the middle. Grabbed up by Glenview. Glenview pushes it across the blue line. Got three coming hard. Swatted away there by Jocelyn. Picked up. Point blank shot. Kicked away by Luch. Back behind the net. Tater sent that one out. That should not be an icing. Oh, he called that. I mean, Mango's at home. Sick. Emily's home sick with mono.
Oh, so she's out all weekend?
Yeah. Got Gia at the dot. Sizzle, Caden, Demi, and Greta. Comes over to Greta on the far side. She got tied up. Gia trying to push it up the wall, taken away by Glenview. Glenview puts a shot, gets tipped back behind the net. Goes through the slot, tipped away there by Demi. Gia sends it off a boot. Back up the near side wall. Caden pushes it forward. Chasing after it. Gets it at the hash marks. Puts it down on net. Ends up getting tipped into the slot. We're at 38 seconds to go. Cross the middle. Taken away there by Alexa. Sends it up the wall. Grabbed up by Glenview. Gia skates past it. Caden puts it up the near side wall. Glenview puts it back into center ice. Ends up going over to the far side. Dropped in down low. We got 12 seconds left to go in the period. Alexa sends it off the glass all the way down. 2.9 to go left.
Yeah.
2.9 to go here. Got Maddie at the dot. Glenview's pulled their goalie. Falling down on top of it. Top of the slot. That is the end of your period. Yeah, that would be helpful. Nobody can get a handle on it.
So you ice on the penalty kill at 16? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We're able to ice?
Yeah, this year we started it. Not bad, you?
Doesn't do any good.
Yeah. No matter how much I complain, I'm still doing the same old shit.
They critique your announcing or what?
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
You're gonna get a bigger job with a bigger team now, or what? Get paid for this? You get paid for next year, Paul?
If I'm on the team,
You play out?
yeah. Goes in, off the goalie and into the near side corner. Liv pushing it up the wall. Back down low, shot on Luch. She catches that one in the midsection. Whoa, Lord in heavens. Girls almost gave me a heart attack there. Coach Todd not happy on that one. Puck down low, Brownie. Just Sizzle battling, gets it out of the zone. Sizzle trying to push it up towards Brownie, kicked away back into the Hawk zone. Greta's going to carry it through center ice. Lost the handle of it, coming up the near side wall, picks it back up, stops and spins around, gets it up towards Sizzle. Brownie battling just before center ice. Glenview still on the rush. Goes over to the far side circle. Up the boards. Glenview puts it across the bow and up the near side wall. Glenview picks it up. Sends it back down to the corner. Up to the point. Goes across the bow. Luch lets it go. Far side hash marks. Tipped away. Picked up by Brownie. Brownie sends it off the wall and up towards the point. Kept in by Glenview. Stopped at the hash marks. Top of the circle. Shot goes down. Demi was able to step up. Excuse me. Puck goes top of the slot. Tipped away there by Brookie. Puck goes out of play. Nope. Demi's coming to the box. Second penalty of the game. Head contact being called. PK at 13:05. Got a 2 and 10 being served here. Head contact. Demi down behind down by the net. Head contact. Automatic 2 and 10. Back behind the net. Up through the slot. Top of the slot. Shot down. Gets tipped. Goes over to the near side corner. Glenview with the puck. Trying to center it back up. On the blue line. Down low. Back up her near side hash. Luch reaches the glove out. Stops it. Yo. Nothing. Maddie at the dot wins it back. Jess goes into the corner. Glenview comes away with it. Comes up the near side wall. Top of the circle. Sends it over to the far side hash marks. Swatted up towards the blue line. Out of the zone. Dropped back in. Grabbed up by Greta. Greta's going to send this one all the way down. Picked up by Glenview behind the net. Comes up the far side. Swatted away by Maddie. Maddie picks it back up. Carries it down the far side wall. Pressure on her. Keeping it down low. Killing off some time. What the heck? Glenview comes up the near side boards. Jocelyn swatting it away. Bottom of the circle. Luch catches that one in the breadbasket. Oh, yeah. Top of the slot, goes down, smacked away, and caught by Luch. Yeah, but that was the Leafs, not Glenview.
I saw that guy once at Darien, and I came this close to walking past me.
Tater Dumpty at the dot. Wins it over to the far side. Alexa battles in the corner. Just keeping it there. Kick back at the bottom of the circle. Tater kicks it away. Glenview back up to the point. Down low, near side hash marks. Puts it through the slot. Kicked away. Goes over to the far side hash marks. Still controlled by Glenview. Over to the top of the circle, near side. Goes down low. Liv grabs that one. Lofts that one into center ice. 7 seconds left on the PK. Glenview goes back behind their net. Back to 5-on-5. Comes up the near side. Tipped away there by Caden. Lost the handle of it as she hit the top of the circle. Gets tripped up. I mean, come on. Pressed up like canned ham if you want to get it correct. You just missed that one. Glenview at the blue line. Kicked away by Brownie. Goes over to the far side wall. Dropped in down low. Bouncing puck. Luch is able to pad that one down. Gets it over to Jocelyn. Gets it up to Jess. Jess trying to carry it up towards the blue line. Comes back to Jess. Jess controls the puck. Whoop. Finally gets a handle of it. Gets it up towards Philly. Philly trying to push it across the blue line. Still kept in the zone. Brownie pushes it down behind the goal line. Loose puck back behind the goal line. Picked up by Glenview. Off the boards into the far side hash marks. Jess is going to stop. Kick it back down low. Push back behind the net into the trapezoid. Grabbed up by Philly. Philly centers it up towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn carries it down the half boards. Into the corner. Taken away by Glenview. Jess battling for it. Lost the handle of it. Comes over to the near side corner where Gia is going to come over and grab it. Glenview coming up. Pushes it back in through center ice. Grabbed up by Carmen. Sends it back up towards the blue line. Glenview sends it in. Grabbed up by Jocelyn. Top of the circle. She stops. Sends it back all the way out. Should be an icing call. Not going to have... Oh, come on. Icing being called. Two and Ted head in contact. Gia comes to the dot. Wins this one back. Greta picks it up. Sends it up to the near side hash marks. Plus is going to get it. Try to center it up. Brookie comes through center ice. Puts a shot. Gets tipped. Goes over back behind the net and over to the far side wall. Plus trying to help out. Alexa grabs it. Puts a shot. Goes off a backside of somebody. Picked up at the goal line by Glenview. Sends it up the near side wall. Greta trying to seal it. Ends up coming back towards Alexa inside our own zone. Sent back in through center. Greta grabs it. Sends it off the boards and down. We're not on a penalty, so that is icing.
Captain Obvious on the game call.
Yeah, I used to like you, Houlihan.
I never liked you. You did?
I used to. Back behind the net, grabbed up by Liv, sends it up the boards towards Sizzle. Grabbed up by Glenview. Liv pushes it up towards the blue line. Out of the zone. Glenview has to retreat a little bit. Maddie stops it at center ice. Grabbed up by Glenview. Pushes it across the blue line. Swatted away. kick by Kendall. Glenview pushing it up towards the blue line. Good stop there by Jocelyn. Jocelyn goes towards the boards with it. Picked away by Glenview. Maddie carries it back behind the net. Goes through traffic. Gets a pass over towards Kendall. Kendall pushes it up towards the blue line. Good stop there by Maddie, but Glenview is able to somehow get it through center ice. Pushes it over to the far side corner. Grabbed up by Carmen. Gets it over to Liv. Liv looks up. Gets it to Tater. At the blue line, Tater's pass couldn't get through traffic. Off the boards towards Caden. Caden pushes it up. Caden chasing after it. Centers it up. Oh, just off of the pads. Tater jumped back behind the net with it. Gets it up to Greta. Greta, top of the circle, puts it down just wide of the net. Rebound shot there by Jess. Caden's pass gets broken up by Glenview, but Carmen's able to get there and stop it. Carmen back in through center ice, gets it over towards Greta. Greta looks up, dusts it off around one, pushes it through. Caden drops it for Tater. Tater puts a shot on net. Got a high stick penalty coming up on Glenview.
On you.
Rookie with it on the near side hash marks. He gets it back up to Alexa. Alexa over towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn back to Alexa, top of the slot. She puts it down. Can't quite get through traffic. Glenview picks it up, goes back behind the net. Glenview battling. Gia presses her up like ham. Puck comes out. Takes a nice little bounce off the wall. Luch gets it to Alexa. Alexa trying to push it up forward. Taken away by Glenview, sent back behind the goal line. Gia's going to grab it. Gets it back over to Alexa. Alexa looks up the wall. Her pass broken up there by Glenview. Back behind the net is Jocelyn. Gets it over to Alexa. Alexa trying to hit Gia. Gia drops it in down low. Got 1:09 left on the power play. Glenview with the puck back behind their net. Good pressure there by Philly. Puck goes high up in the air. Alexa catches that one in the midsection. Drops it down for Brookie. Lets it go for Brownie in the corner. Brookie on the hash marks. Glenview sends it back behind the net and over to the far side wall. You're going to grab it, send it up into center ice. Grabbed up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn rifles a pass over towards Alexa. Alexa grabs it. Pushing it forward up towards Philly. Philly crosses the blue line. Top of the circle. Shot can't get through traffic. Blocked up by their Brownie. Comes up the near side boards. Brookie drops it for Alexa. Alexa dusts it off around one. Lost the handle of it. Glenview putting the pressure. Jocelyn picks it up. Sends it out of the zone. Dropped in down low. Grabbed up by Alexa. Sends it off the glass. Takes it right along the rails. Back into center ice. Brownie swatting away at it. Grabbed up by Glenview. Glenview drops it in. Back behind the net is Jocelyn. Bounces it off the wall, trying to get it up towards Kendall. Alexa steals that one, sends it off the wall, in through center ice. Glenview grabs it. Taken away by Bus at center ice. Glenview sends it across the blue line. Jocelyn trying to rifle one through, ends up going off a couple of bodies. Glenview picks it up, trying to center it back up, picked up by Maddie. Maddie dusts it off around one, puts it in through center ice. Goes through a snow pile in front of the players' bench. Glenview at center ice, tipping it away. Puck ends up coming over to the near side wall. Back across the blue line comes Glenview. Centering it up off of Greta's legs over to Maddie. Maddie's got some exhausted. She ends up dropping it in, goes back behind the goal line with it. Chasing after it. Glenview picks it up. Tipped away by Jess. Comes up the far side wall for Greta. Greta carries it down to the goal line. Tips it over towards Maddie. Maddie back to Greta. Greta trying to push it around the bottom of the circle. Sizzle going over to the corner. Ends up bouncing over Jess's stick. Liv steps up. Bounces it off the wall. Too many men. Comes up the near side wall. Jess stops her at center ice inside the little bubble. Puck ends up coming back. Carmen sends it around the wall. Picked up by Glenview on the far side point. Back down into the corner. Bounces over Jess's stick. Grabbed up at the top of the circle. Jocelyn battling. Picked up by Tater. Bounces it off the wall. Glenview can't keep it in the zone. Tater tipping it around. Broken up there by Brookie. Tater waits until everybody's set. Sends it off the referee's noggin. Jocelyn picks up the loose puck. Carrying along the near side wall. Great feed there. Shot goes just wide. Jocelyn keeps it in the zone. Back down low again. Brookie chasing after up the far side wall. Bounces over a stick. Picked up by Brookie. Hobbles it up to the blue line. Swats it down low. Goes back behind the net. Thanks for joining the